honey, turkey meatballs, and you have a video on this. Here's my first tip. Anytime you look at your meal plan, look at it through this filter. You want to look at the non-cooked versus two cooked items. Alright, now meal planning. Some fun stuff. I have a lot of content on YouTube. Look at these two videos on my YouTube channel. I'm really not going to get into calculating your macros right now, but I'm going to go through some examples. So I'm giving an example client. We're going to call her Jane Doe. Jane Doe is a female. She's 40. She's 5'7". She's 150. She wants to weigh 135 pounds. So the way I would calculate Jane's macros, the first thing I would do is I would calculate her BMR. Her BMR is her basal metabolic rate. That means I first want to know, any person I'm working with, I want to know how many calories your body needs to sustain you like right now. Like, assuming you did no activity. You were just laying comatose in a bed all day. Like, what amount of energy does your body need to do all your bodily functions? Okay. So, assuming no activity. So, for this lady, hers would be 1434.4 kilocalories. And I already ran the numbers. I'm giving her an activity factor of 1.45. If you want to know more about activity factors, watch this video. I explain it in both of them, but I explain it. So what this means, this activity factor, this basically means she's burning 645 calories per day. So, including all activity. So, this means 645 calories a day. That means through all of her activity, her working, her walking her dog, her cooking, her taking the groceries out of the car, 645 per day. And we are going to put her at a weight loss rate of 1 pound per week. So now I'm going to show you what her meal plan is. So I created this meal plan for her. These are the macros I gave her. So she's going to be at 1550 calories, 140 carb, 50 fat, 135 protein. So that's what her macros are going to be. And I tried to put it all up on here as an example of what I would feed Jean in a day. So, meal number 1, this is her post-workout meal. Meal number 2, this is her breakfast. Meal number 3, this is like a snack. Meal number 4, another meal. Meal 5, this is another snack. Meal 6, this is her dinner. So this is an example of what she would eat in a day. Now, this would be her grocery list. Now, I recommend that you meal prep off of this menu for 3 to 5 days at time of convenience. So it's up to Jane to figure out and calculate, well, if you look back here, how many days does she want to do this? Well, she needs some chicken breast here, she needs some egg whites. Maybe she doesn't want to eat this every day. Maybe she only wants to eat this one day. And she wants to change up her food every other day of the week. Or maybe she wants convenience and she doesn't want to think about it. She just wants to pull something out the fridge and go. So I'm going to explain some meal prep strategies in a moment. Okay, so this is my meal planning strategy tips for you guys. Some people would look at this and like, oh my gosh, like they get overwhelmed. Like, well, how do I implement that? So here's my first tip. Anytime you look at your meal plan, look at it through this filter. You want to look at the non-cooked versus two cooked items. Right away, figure out what you don't have to cook. So, if you look at this menu here, right away, all of these items dashed in blue, you don't have to cook anything here. So what do you actually have to prep? These are the items you actually have to prep. Next, consolidate/stage your bulk cooking of your pre-cooked items. This is what meal prep is actually all about. It's prepping these things in bulk. So, cook your white rice, cook your chicken breast, cook your sweet potatoes. And determine what items will cook as you go. So, let's look here. Cook as you go. These are the items in yellow. So, for breakfast, I mean, you can hand fry some bacon in the morning. It's pretty straightforward. You could scramble up some liquid egg whites. You could pick a veggie to put into that. This you could do as you go. Here in this meal right here, it's just some chicken, sweet potatoes, and some spinach. And spinach, you could cook that as you go. And actually knowing which items you want to cook as you go gives you some variety and freedom. portion and stage your non-cooked items. So here, oops, there it is. These items in pink, you don't need to cook, you just need to portion these out. So this is like a simple canned tuna salad with some dried cranberries, some avocado mayo. I've never tried actually, but I've heard it's amazing. Try it, avocado mayo, cucumbers. These things, you don't have to cook. All you need to do is portion them out. Like, that's not hard. You don't need to be a chef to do this. I know some people are like, Christine, I can't cook. Oh my gosh, I can't cook. Can you weigh something? You know what I mean? Like, if you can't weigh something, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I can't help you. Like, it's just, I can't. Same here. It's just portioning. So, in general, this is a really good strategy to not get overwhelmed by your meal prep. Separating what you're not going to cook from what you're going to cook. Determine what items you need to cook ahead of time. Stage the things you need to cook. Determine what you will cook as you go. And then stage. It sounds pretty straightforward, but I know sometimes you look at a menu, people get overwhelmed. How am I going to implement this? And I put a lot of YouTube videos together explaining. And the thing is, it's like, when it comes to eating this way and trying to like eat for your macros, it's easy to make things taste good if like you can add abundant amounts of sugar, salt, fat. You could add that, like anybody can be like a good chef, but like when you're trying to zero in, you need to be a little bit more creative and a little more strategic to make sure you like it, to make sure you like it. And like you've been saying here, guys, like I was saying in the very beginning, like who wants to like live like this? Nobody wants to live this way. Nobody wants to live this way, but like there's bacon in this meal plan. You know what I mean? Like there's cranberries in here and there's grapes. Like these are like good foods. Like it's not like just a bag of celery and like see ya, good luck, high five. You know, like these are like real food. There's like avocado mayo. And if you don't like this, that's why like if you did want to get a custom meal plan, you would build things that you like.
I have a question about rice.
Sure.
Do you have any tips for keeping it tasting good? Like, whenever I put it in the fridge and the next day,
Depends
it's
on,
like dry, crunchy.
it depends on how you cook it. Actually, do you have a rice cooker or do you have a rice cooker?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you a very non-scientific way to cook rice.
Okay.
It's called the finger roll. You can ask my mom this. Where'd she go? You know, she probably working on something for me. So when you put your rice in the water, I'm telling you, it worked. It sounds so like
just
put the amount of water up to this knuckle on your middle finger. It's like.
So not 1 cup for 1 cup, just the finger.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a ratio, but I'm telling you, if you don't want to be doing that, pour the water in. Make sure the water is knuckle high.
Which knuckle, the first one or second?
The first. The first knuckle. I'm serious. Yeah.
It's at least a quarter
Okay.
water.
Yeah.
It's what?
At least a quarter.
Usually more water.
Yeah. Some people soak the rice, but this rule of thumb, I've been cooking rice my entire life. Like some kids grew up on peanut butter and jelly. I grew up on rice and soy sauce.
The finger roll.
What I've been doing recently for convenience and so I don't overeat, because I actually eat rice style, I go to Trader Joe's. They have these like frozen 10-ounce baggies of rice, and then you just pop them in the microwave. Society judges women very harshly, and I want to change that. I am starting the Gauge Girl Scholars Program today because I believe that women can be sexy, they could be smart and strong at the same time.